Hi everybody, this is Property with Leonard and welcome to another episode. Now on this channel we discuss property, finance and investments. Now please note that none of my videos constitutes as financial advice, but if you're looking for financial advice, please speak to an accredited and registered financial advisor. And if this kind of content resonates with you, can I kindly invite you, as I mentioned, to subscribe, like and share, because those things are good for the YouTube algorithms, and that way we will grow and we will be able to reach more people who you and I know can benefit from the contents of these videos. In addition, you can show support to our channel through the super thanks. You will see the button next to the share button below. Alternatively, you can also have a look at our affiliate programs, loans and clothing, all those things in the description below. I'll leave a link there. Thank you for those of you who have already supported this channel. I really appreciate you. Now, if you're not a homeowner yet and planning to buy a property in the near future, let me tell you, it's an exciting time and something to look forward to. It is such a huge achievement and milestone, but truth be told, it can also be daunting, particularly for first-time buyers who are likely to feel anxious about the additional responsibilities of home ownership and the burden of a long-term financial commitment. And that is what I would like to talk about and share with you in this today's episode. Affordability is always important when buying a home. While you need to know what you can afford to pay each month on your mortgage bond, you have to also be prepared for the upfront costs associated with buying a home. These include transfer duty, transfer costs, the lawyer's fees, bond registration costs, and many other expenses. Now, I've recorded videos before where I discuss these costs, and I'll leave a link to those videos in the description below, or as you know by now, you can just click on the banner on top. It should take you to those episodes. The point that I want to make here is once you are a proud homeowner, you will also have to pay utility costs and for regular repair and maintenance. It's therefore advisable to obtain a pre-approval from a bond originator so that you have a clear idea of what you can afford, because you need to budget and make sure that you can afford way more than the monthly bond repayments. That's very important. You need to ensure that as a new homeowner that you are well prepared, especially for the first year of home ownership, because it can be really challenging. That's just reality. There are so many advantages of owning your own home, but the responsibility can be overwhelming, as I mentioned, especially for those who've bought older properties or a fixer-upper and are used to calling the landlord when issues arise, but now it's your responsibility. Taken, it's impossible to anticipate everything that could happen, that could go wrong at your home. That's why it's important that you, as a new homeowner, bear the following in mind. Firstly, some things are going to break, whether it's a minor issue like a curtain rail or a door handle, or much more serious thing like a geyser. The point here is you can be sure that something will break even if you've bought a new build. Your big dreams are likely to be doused by big reality checks. Unless you've designed and built your dream home, chances are there'll be a few things you'll want to change. It may just be the wall color in the lounge, or the new bathroom and kitchen taps, or maybe you have more ambitious changes in mind. I mean, like an open planning the living area or renovating the entire kitchen. To give you a practical example, our main residence where we live now, where I'm recording at the moment, I mean, this was a bit older home and we spent much more than originally anticipated to personalize it. And bear in mind, I mean, this coming from me, I am a lot of things, but I'm not a handyman. I'm really not one of them. My wife would always jokingly say that something could be half broken, but once I try to fix it, it will be irreparable. Well, I'm not as bad as I used to be, and the point here is you probably have to do things that you never expected to do. For instance, gutters and surrounding structures. I mean, those things collect a lot of debris during autumn. Small branches and leaves that could serve as ideal kindling for a house fire. Make sure that all these structures are clean. This will not only limit the fire hazard, but also avoid water buildup and damage when the rainy season arrives. The one thing that too many victims of winter incidents have in common is that it can't happen to me, but then it unfortunately did. The point here is a reactive passive approach could cost you dearly. So a timeous, thorough and proactive home inspections, those things are key. There are a few obvious things. For instance, if you've moved into a larger home than before, you'll spend much more on electricity, on repairs. For instance, when the toilet breaks, you now have to cover the repair cost. You can't just phone somebody. And when the pool becomes algae-ridden, chemicals need to be bought. Pool maintenance, that's another headache. All of this is likely to cost you more than you thought. Over and above the renovation plans, as with our current home, when we bought this home years ago, it's inevitable that your expenses will be higher than they were before. There will always be something that needs to be replaced or fixed. Let's not forget the other new monthly costs like municipal rates, which will increase over time, and you need to take note of it. I can almost afford another property with just the municipal rates where we live now. Well, maybe not completely, but it's not too far off either. My advice to you is what you should do. Being prepared for the most likely eventualities will go a long way in easing anxiety and minimizing the stress if or when situations arise. I would recommend that you save money and save as much as you can. A rainy day fund is more important than ever, and you should include this in your budget from the get-go to cover emergency repairs or large maintenance projects like roof repairs, etc. Another important reason that I can't stress enough is the fact that it can also ease the financial burden during difficult times so that you don't risk losing your home. Just think about the COVID pandemic. I know some financial institutions, they gave clients like a 2 to 3 months payment holiday during the pandemic. I mean, the ideal would be if you can maintain an account with the equivalent of 6 months income separately. It should give you peace of mind, and if you are lucky enough to never need to use it, you'll have a bonus which can be spent on a dream holiday, a special occasion, or maybe a caravan. That's the next thing on my budget list, my bucket list. So if someone watching and want to bless me with one, that would be awesome, a caravan for camping. Another very important point that I just need to mention is make sure you are properly covered. Take the time to choose the best building and household insurance for your specific needs and update your policies every year. And don't forget to inform your insurer when you are going to do renovations or make improvements in general. I will leave a link to some of my previous episodes where I cover things like insurance. I gave you advice on that for first-time home buyers, costs of buying property, etc. I'll leave a link to those episodes in the description below, or once again just click on the banner on top. In conclusion, owning a home is the dream for many people, but the reality is homeownership does have many challenges which can be both costly and stressful. However, if one is prepared, then most of these issues can be easily fixed with minimum stress and fuss. And I sincerely hope that what I've shared with you in this episode will help you to do so, to sort these things out with minimum fuss and stress and so forth. And if you've bought a new home, congratulations. It's quite an achievement to be able to have your first home, and it's quite an exciting time. Live in the moment, but plan for the future. And if you are planning to buy in the near future or wanting to sell your property in the near future in the Cape Town, Western Cape and surrounding areas, you are more than welcome to give me a call or WhatsApp. I'll leave my details either left or right, and my email address as well in the description below. I would be happy and able to assist you in that regard. Thank you so much, everybody. I see you in the next episode. Stay blessed.